Hello, welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja. You can see right now we're in a encounter battle on the map Steppes. Right now I am in my Chinese Tier 6 medium Type T-34. You can see that I'm platooned up with Lumpyman 01 and Blackjack Pershing. Lumpyman is in his M6 Tier 6 American Heavy, and Blackjack is in his M18 Hellcat. These are two of my friends that I know from real life. We're platooned up. Tier 6 is about the highest thing either one of these guys have. But that's good for me. I don't mind. I've got tanks of every tier, and they're fun to play too. So we come into this battle, and I basically decided that we're going to be pretty aggressive. Those three TOGs are actually pretty dangerous. A lot of people turn up their nose at the TOG. They think it's a complete piece of junk. But three TOGs in a Tier 6 match is actually a force to be reckoned with. They have so much health that even though you can penetrate with like every shot, it'll take a long time for them to go down. And the gun on the TOG is really good on a Tier 6. So the TOG is actually no laughing matter. I decided we're going to be pretty aggressive here though. And I'm pushing ahead to a fairly advanced position early. I know that I've got Blackjack and his Hellcat back behind me, backing me up, and Lumpyman is kind of in the middle here with his M6, and we've got a whole cluster of guys behind us. So I feel like we're in a fairly good position to be pushing, or at least making aggressive maneuvers. So Blackjack just smashed that Churchill 1, and I put a good hit into him as well. That just really discouraged him from coming out. Lumpy is not in quite as good of a position. He's more vulnerable to fire from those TOGs. One of the TOGs is giving me good shots on his turret, so I'm taking those. You can see there's another TOG moving in. He's about to try and bum rush us, and well, there he goes. He just got his track blown off. The TOG is really slow to begin with. We're working on his support while he's stuck in this open field. You can see Blackjack right there taking out the Churchill 1 and putting a good hit on the TOG. You also saw me bounce off the TOG. Proof positive that even though the TOG has horrible armor, the armor angling makes a difference. The TOG's armor was at such a crazy angle that it was an auto bounce, and I failed to penetrate. So you can see Lumpyman working on this 3001H, and Blackjack working on him as well. Blackjack finishes off the TOG. You got a Hetzer who is alone and unafraid, just charging right up into our grill. And you can see my gun depression is actually so bad that I can't depress down and hit this Hetzer. So I kind of run forward at him and try to do like a quickly depress my gun and fire, but it doesn't work. So I pull back. I see this TOG, and I'm actually pretty worried. If this TOG flanks us, it's going to be really dangerous. And it seems pretty hilarious to be worried about a flanking TOG, but that's actually exactly what that guy's doing. And if they pincer us with those two TOGs, that's a lot of DPM and a lot of health. And we have a lot less DPM and a lot less health. So those TOGs could actually be pretty dangerous. While we're over here to deal with the TOGs, we spot the Churchill Mark 7, or the Churchill Mark 3 rather, and myself, Lumpyman, and Blackjack all concentrate our fire, and we take down the Churchill quite easily. Lumpyman just accidentally shot me in the back of the turret, but right now he only has the 76mm M1A1, and it was just or M1A2 rather, and it was just a glancing blow, so it bounced. Now right here, this TOG is screwed. He's come around the corner far enough that I can detrack him and pin him in place and still be doing damage to him. So myself, Lumpyman, and Blackjack all pound this guy into the dust. So we just have the last TOG to worry about over here. You can see the Su-26 is firing at us, which is kind of gay, but really this TOG is the only thing left. Lumpyman's trying to get into cover because the Su-26s keep just shooting us over the rock. I'm trying to bait the TOG into driving up because I know Blackjack is going around behind it, and with a Type T30 or a Type 58 in front and a Hellcat in behind, plus an M6 heavy, this TOG has got absolutely no chance. So we're going to gangbang this guy hard. Now, he just put me on to 67 health, and then the SU-26 hits me, and I go down to 36 health, and I was freaking out. Plus, I was detracked. So I apologize for the erratic camera zoom in and zoom out thing. I was freaking out, worried about getting nuked by these arties. Well, we've managed to clean up this flank. The three of us are the only survivors, so that's I would take that as a good sign. Now, I can see on my map the last known location of the SU-26s, thanks to XVM, so I'm moving in on them. I don't want to go too straight at them, though, because I've only got 36 health. If one of those guys hits me with HE, I'll probably die, and if one of them's got a heat shell loaded, I'm totally screwed. So I managed to get the first SU-26. All three of us are rolling pretty aggressively into their spawn area, looking for the last SU-26 and anybody else who might be over here. We know the T1 Heavy, the T-14, and the Hellcat are all in the enemy base, or the capture point, and the 3601 was last spotted there as well. So that's really pretty much it. I don't want to drive around this rock and shoot this SU-26 because I was afraid he was aiming at me, and so I'm actually staying in cover from the artillery. And I'm going to let Lumpyman go over there, since he won't be one-shot killed. And I'll take pot shots at this T-14 instead, because at this kind of range, his gun is so weak that he probably can't even penetrate my hull, even though it's only 45mm armor. Now Blackjack's coming into the fight with his Hellcat. I'm repositioned where I can shoot as well. This T-14 is absolutely screwed. Just a matter of time, really. Lumpyman's climbing out of the ditch after murdering the SU-26, and he manages to also pop off the T-14. Now at this point I was thinking we were probably going to get brothers in arms, but with just us alive basically, I was afraid we weren't going to get to the camp in time, and in order to get brothers in arms I'd need to get one kill and Lumpy would need to get the other, and I've only got 36 health, so it would be pretty dangerous to try and farm brothers in arms. And also, Lumpy's the slowest person here, so you can see Blackjack is catching up. Basically, I drove up and I said that I would spot the two enemies, and then the artillery, Lumpy and Blackjack, could go and smash them. And you can see it's worked. I've spotted the Hellcat, and I just spotted the 3601. But time is of the essence here. They're about to complete capture. So I'm probably going to have to risk shooting at this 3601. And I can see he's got the conish gun, which is bad news. High rate of fire, very accurate, quick aim time, good penetration. But it doesn't matter because Blackjack resets the cap, and our priest nails the Hellcat. So now it's just the 3601. And I was basically going to give this to Lumpy because I thought that would get us brothers in arms. And then I realized, A, no it won't. B, I like to kill steal. So I ended up rolling up. Lumpy was going to ram kill him, and I was just like, negative. Kill steal complete. So yeah, that was a really fun game. We played a lot of Platoon battles that night. We got a lot of good matches. This was one of the more fun ones. So rocking the tier 6s. The Type 58 is a pretty fun tank. The M18 Hellcat, also a very fun tank. And the M6 Heavy, very fun tank. Once you unlock the 90mm gun on it, it transforms from being a T1 Heavy, one tier higher with a little bit more health, into actually being quite a dangerous animal. So yeah, good match, 3 good tanks, 3 good friends. Hope you enjoyed that. Captain Dorch's Armory here. Just remember, guys, you can never have enough big guns.